Hi, so today I want to just do a review and demo of these new Sephora collections. These are called the Blush and Luminizer on the Go sticks. So far they only released 4 shades and each one of them contains 5.5 grams of products, which is 0.19 ounce. I will just draw in comparison to the Wet n Wild Mega Glow blush sticks. They contain 0.21 ounce, which is 6 grams, so they're a little bit more than the Sephora ones, and they cost, I think they cost half of the Sephora's, because the Sephora sticks cost $8 each, and then the Wet n Wild sticks are, I think, $3.99 each. And then if you get them buy one get one half off, or maybe one they are having 30% or 40% off sale, you can get them even cheaper. The only I think they're both cream to powder formula. I think the Sephora collection sticks are a lot creamier. That's why, and right now it's kind of hot in the summertime, so 2 of them, when I opened them right away, one of them fell out of the tube, and the other one was completely stuck to the cap, and it was also broken. So 2 of them were broken and 2 of them were intact and good. So these are a lot creamier than the Wet n Wild ones, but the finish are about the same. They're all like a powdery finish once you blend them out on the skin. And I think that the Wet n Wild ones has a little bit more color payoff than the Sephora ones. The 2 of the cream blush colors with no shimmers, they are pretty sheer once you blend out, so you have to really build up the color intensity with more layers. But the Wet n Wild one is pretty pigmented, and then once you blend it out, it looks very nice and blended. So I think in terms of finishing and texture wise and everything, these are very similar. The only drawback for the Wet n Wild one is that this smells straight up like chemical. I don't know what's up with the new Wet n Wild products, like the blush stick, the contour highlighter. I only have the blush stick from Wet n Wild because I find the contour color was too warm, and the highlighter stick, I'm just not interested because it's very generic. It's very universal, that type of like pearly opal kind of like finish. The luminizer stick from the Sephora one pulls a lot more champagne, so it's a little bit darker. I'm not sure if it will work on like super fair skin tone. It might pull a slightly darker, but the Wet n Wild one, they also have, I think, 2 or 3 blush colors. I just pick up this one, which is 803 Floral Majority. This one looks like a mauve color, but once I blend it onto the cheek and blend it out, it looks a little bit more of a like a peachy nude type of color. So I prefer these so far because I've been using this, and then in combination with the Jordana contour stick, this is really good. Oh, by the way, I have a pimple patch here. If you don't know what these are like those Korean Corsex pimple patches. You just put it on, and then it's supposed to like sucks out all the nasty stuff from the pimple. So I have a big one here, that's why I put it here. I have my base foundation and concealer and some eyebrow gel on right now, curl my lashes, so I don't have anything besides those things, and I want to test these out on my face. I already have the swatches on the back of my hand, and I already uploaded my mini review and swatches on my Instagram page, TheArtofSign. So far, like I said, they only released 4 shades. I'm not sure if they're going to come out with more shades because these are not in number orders. Like the first one is 01 Miss Busy. This is a sort of like bright corally shades, which I think is very perfect for the summertime. Like this one, I think if you want to get any of the blush colors, I would suggest this one, 01 Miss Busy, because it's a really pretty bright like corally shades that will look flattering on all skin tones. Just gotta be careful when you open these, because the ones that are broken, they're just like either stuck to the cap or they fall off right away. So I will try to open them carefully. So this is the stick. It is really cute because they put like a little cartoon kind of face in the front, so I think the packaging really kind of like draws attention. Maybe that's why I decided to pick these up. So it says that these supposed to have a cream to powder formula, instant healthy glow, buildable intensities. I'm not sure the Sephora collection products are cruelty free, but I know that the Wet n Wild ones they're all cruelty free products. And these sticks are all made in Italy, if you're wondering. I really like the Jordana Sculpt and Go Creamy Contour Stick in the shade Light, because it's a grayish kind of you know, cooler undertone, which is perfect for like contouring for fair to light to maybe light to medium skin tone. These blend out really nicely, and then they're also like a cream to powder type of finish. So I've been using these two a lot from the drugstore. And then I know that Julep came out with their stick version of highlighters, blush sticks, and contour shades for bronzer sticks, like from long time ago. So if you're familiar with Julep, they're like a monthly subscription nail polish company, but then they ventured out into skincare and makeup stuff. So I really like the Julep you know, blush highlighter bronzer sticks. These are really great too. I have several of these. And then you also have Flower Beauty. Flower Beauty also makes some of these type of like blush sticks. I have one of these from Flower Beauty. It's very intense. This has very intense color payoff, and they do blend out really nicely. And then the drugstore Maybelline Master Glaze, like they also have these type of like sticks, highlighters, bronzer, contour, blushes. I only have one though from the Master Glaze collection, but these are really great too, and they blend out really pretty. I like to use the e.l.f. small stippling brush to like blend these out really nicely too. You can put it on and blend it, or you can use your finger and then tap it, or you can just go with the brush and then, you know, brush it. Either way, I think these are so much easier and quicker than, I mean, in my opinion, I think they look more natural than powder blushes, because powder blushes can sometimes be a bit patchy or something, but these you can just put straight on foundations. So I just want to demonstrate. I'm going to put like 3 dots and then kind of blend out with the e.l.f. small stippling brush. Like I said, these are very sheer in a way. The blush colors are very sheer. I guess, which is good, because sometimes with blushes with blushers, like you don't want to be too intense. So like what I just did right now, it gives me like a pretty nice sheer wash of like hint of color, I guess. But this color I think is really great. So there are two like flat cream blush color. To test the other one, Miss Gorgeous, this is 09 Miss Gorgeous. This looks like a rosy mauve kind of color. So this one's a rosy mauve kind of color. I was really hoping that this one will work out. It was stuck to the top of the cap, and I had to like really close and then, you know, knock it on the desk in order for the product to like go down to the tube. So now it's very messy. But this is 09 Miss Gorgeous. It's supposed to be like a really pretty mauve kind of color. And just put a little bit. I think once these two blend out, they look kind of similar. The other shade I really like, this one shade, I think it's number 12 Miss Sunshine. This is Luminizer on the Go. This one is more of a, like I said, it's more of a champagne type of highlighter. as you can see here, is a champagne kind of highlighter. It might pull slightly dark on very fair skin tone, as you can see, but I think it will look really nice on light to medium, even maybe deeper skin tone, because it does have that kind of almost like it's like a champagne slight bronzy color. This is a really pretty color, but it is pretty universal, like a highlighter shade that you can find elsewhere. But I would think that out of all the 4 colors I got, I think this is the prettiest one in my opinion. So I'll go straight to the top of my cheekbones. I think it's very subtle. This one has no sparkles. It's just like a really pretty pearly like shimmer color to it. So you can blend it out with your fingertips, or you can use the brush as well. It depends on your preference. I like to use, for highlighters, sometimes most of the time I like to use my fingertips to like tap in the highlight. So if you like to put a little bit on the bridge of the nose, you can do so. I think this is a really nice highlighter without being too like overly blinding. So if you want something that looks like glowy, like right now, I'll put a little bit under my brow bone as well. If you want something like an all over glow, especially for like the summertime, you want to have that glowy skin, I think this is a really nice kind of subtle highlighter, but it still has enough to like give you some glow to the face without adding any like sparkles or, you know, chunky glitters. So this one I think is really pretty as a highlighter. Actually, that's why out of the 4, I would recommend you grabbing this one, especially if you like a subtle type of highlight. I would definitely recommend this one. I think this is a really pretty shade. The last one is another blush color, and this is 05 Miss Flirty. Now this one I'm kind of confused because from the tube it looks like a peachy nude type of stick. This one fell off like right away. The whole stick just like fell off when I opened it, so I had to like put it back in. So when I look at this looks like a peachy coral nude with tons of golden shimmer to it. So it's kind of reminding me of like NARS Orgasm blush, but in like a cream stick formula. Although they do kind of have, NARS Orgasm do have like multiple sticks as well as the new liquid formula. So if you're into that type of color, or like the bomb had the blush, oh my god, what's it called, I forgot about it. But anyways, if you're into that peachy pink with golden shimmer in it, you might like this. I don't like this because this one, when I swatched it, it's this shade. So this is concentrated swatch, and then once it blends out, it doesn't really leave any blush color on the skin except for all the micro sparkles on the skin. So this one, once you blend out, like I can see gold, silver, and maybe like pinky beige type of like micro sparkles and or glitters, whatever you want to call them. It's just chunkier compared to all the rest of them, and it doesn't really have that much color payoff. So I feel like this is almost like a blush topper. Like I said in my Instagram mini review, this really serves the purpose of like a blush topper. So I will actually use a little bit of this on my eyelid because I think it will be a really nice kind of a shimmery, sparkly type of product for the eyes. I don't really like glitter chunky stuff. Like this even feels a little bit grittier than the rest of the 3 products. So I will use this on my eyelid because I think I don't mind some kind of like glitter or sparkles on the eyelid. And yeah, like you can see there's like no color payoff whatsoever. Once it's on, if you shear it out, it doesn't have any color payoff, but it just leaves like a sheer layer of like sparkles or glitter. So keep in mind, if you don't like any type of like sparkles or glitters, super shimmery blush colors, don't get the 05 Miss Flirty one unless you like this type of product on your cheeks, or maybe you want something like this as a blush topper. Then I will go with this route. So let me just put a little bit on my cheeks so you can see how it looks. It doesn't really add any color to the cheeks, but it would definitely add all those chunky sparkles, glitters, and I think they will definitely emphasize your pores. So I would steer away from this, using this one on the cheeks. I would suggest using this only on the eye area, because it does look pretty nice on the eye area, guys. But out of the four, this one's the most disappointing one. These two, I think, out of the four are worst to, worst to get and worst to give a try. I'll just stay away with these two. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review video and demo video of the Sephora collection blush and luminizer on the gold sticks. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not do so, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.